And we're rolling.
Hey, everybody. Hi. Hi, Dylan.
Hey, Lee. Good morning.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you today?
Pretty good.
Awesome.
So let's talk about the podcast. We're thinking we're going to take a break. I want to work on films, on my film project. And we've been doing the podcast for like 8 months, and it really hasn't really exploded, and nobody's really, it hasn't exploded. And I'm running out of stories, and so what I thought is we'll come back periodically when we have something, or if we have a guest or somebody we want to share with you.
Right.
We'll come back and do it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But to come on every day and just try to figure something out to talk about, that's sort of weird. And most podcasts, they talk about current events.
Right.
And I don't want to talk about current events because everybody else is doing that.
Yeah.
And they're doing it better than I could do it. They're talking politics better than I could do it. They're talking everything better than I could do it. And so if we have interesting guests,
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
we'll do a podcast, or if we have something to talk about. But to just come on every day and just sort of like hang out.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I really want to work on my film project.
Yeah, there's some exciting ideas. We got the animated film
and the horror film.
We
got two films that are really interesting projects.
Pretty cool.
And the other thing is, I'm 79. I'll be 79 in November. What am I going to live? Another 10 years if I'm lucky? And so I don't want to spend 10 years just doing a podcast and talking to people.
Right.
And I really had to do a lot of soul searching. I don't know that I want to be an interviewer, interviewer of guests and stuff.
Yeah, I see. It's like a whole format.
Yeah, it's like you gotta. Well, you have to have some interest in people, and and the more I do it, the less interested I feel. You know what I mean? Like I see, and all these shows I watch, they all have the same guests. They all talk about the same subjects every day. Everybody has the same current events they talk about. And so they talk about it from one perspective or another perspective, but it's always the same shit. Everybody's talking about the same shit every day. So it's endless. They never run out of stuff to talk about.
Right.
Yeah, because it's always new current events. And so every day everybody's on the latest current event.
Yeah, that's right. It's always material.
It doesn't matter if it's left or right or center or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about the same shit. And so I could jump in and talk about the same shit, but it'd just be like a waste of time. Like, who wants to hear what I have to say about anything, And I don't mean that to be flippant or something, but it's just like there's so many really interesting people out there doing such a great job of social commentary and stuff. And anyway, so when I have a story to tell, I'll do a podcast. Or when we have a good, interesting guest, we'll bring them on and do a podcast.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I don't think it's going to be every day. And like I say, I probably have 10 years left that I can do stuff if I'm lucky.
Right.
And so I want to make every minute count, and I want to work on my film projects because, the podcast is fun to do when we do it.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to be like a job that I have to prepare every day and get up the next day and get ready for the next interview, because I'm not really interested in interviewing people.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I'm really not. I could pretend like I am.
Right.
But the truth is, I'm just sitting there thinking, what am I going to interview somebody, and what am I going to do? And this is really important. I'm the least nostalgic person I know.
Oh, right.
And you know that about me.
That's right.
You really know that about me because you know me. And everybody that knows me knows I am zero nostalgic.
Yeah.
Like I'm just not nostalgic at all. So when I tell stories about the old days, I tell the fun stories about all the shit behind the scenes. That's not nostalgia. It's sort of like, it's more like talking about shit that happened.
Right.
But like to bring guests on to talk about their past success and their old albums, and it would be dishonest of me to be an interviewer that does a nostalgia show, that has the old classic rockers on and we talk about it, the old days and everything, because I'm not that guy. I'm 100% not that guy.
Yeah, it's not your style. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I was that guy, that would be great to do.
Right.
Get all the old people on, talk about the old days. But I'm really not that guy at all. And you know that. You know me.
Yep.
And So that's what I'm thinking. I'm really having to do a lot of soul searching about the podcast. And I'm sure if we had thousands of viewers and everybody was all enthusiastic, I'd feel differently to some extent.
Yeah.
But at some point, I have to face the facts that I'm not nostalgic.
Yeah.
Not in the least. I'm the least nostalgic person I know. Even my old friends, they say, man, how come you don't give a shit about it? I just it's not in my bones. I don't feel it. And so it would be really dishonest to be an interviewer of people.
Right.
Of nostalgia people.
Yeah, you're more into looking forward, right?
Yeah.
Into the future,
and I don't mean that in an arrogant, positive sort of way. I just mean it realistically. I just am not nostalgic.
I see. Yeah.
It's not in me. You know, I don't sit and think about the good old days.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about shit. I want to do my film, and I want to,
Right.
And I really love the film we're going to do, the virtual film.
Yeah,
I'm really into the concept of the whole film, and I'm into the virtual characters. The whole thing, I'm really into it. And I've been in that virtual world for 14 years, almost 15 years. So I'm
pretty cool, man.
I'm into it.
Yeah. Gotta love online stuff.
So I hope everybody can bear with us, and keep subscribed if you don't mind. And if you haven't seen the earlier episodes, if you joined later, became wherever, there's really good episodes. Some of the early episodes are really good because I tell all the salation. I tell some great stories.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think they'll like some of those great stories that I've told. Little stories like stealing the Doris helicopter or stuff. They're fun stories, and they're not nostalgic. They're just they're fun,
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah. So maybe we'll cull a few of them out and make them into little shorts or something and post them.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. Try to do something. But anyway, that's the story, everybody. So here's the kitty. He'll still be here.
Just a lump.
The kitty. So wow. Yeah. I've really done a lot of soul searching about this. I've really been sitting around thinking about it and thinking
it seems like it was necessary to do that.
Yeah. Like I really have to think if I was 30, you're 30, if I was 30 years old, I would look at the podcast differently.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I would look at it like
Sure.
I wouldn't mind wasting 10 years or 5 years or whatever trying to build it. But I don't have 5 or 10 years to fuck around.
Yeah.
Every day to me is like important.
Yeah.
And I guess that comes with being this age, you know what I mean? I don't feel like wasting time or playing golf.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm down to make some films, man.
Yeah. So I don't mean to be I, me, my. I'm just sitting here talking about myself. But I thought about, we'll just stop doing the podcast. But I thought, no, I should talk to everybody and tell them what we're up to, that we're working on other projects.
Yeah.
Hopefully we sell this one project to Netflix. It's really fun. We'll know more coming up here, but so we'll keep you all tuned in. We'll keep the audience tuned in, and we'll let you know when we have stuff to talk about. And we'll probably have stuff to talk about. It's just you just can't count on us every day because we're going to be working on the film.
Right.
And we got 2 films actually that we're working on. So.
Yeah, that's great. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
Yeah, excellent.
The one film is called Drum Beating. It's a movie about these psycho killers that are drummers, and it's how the cymbals, the frequency. I have this theory about why drummers are so weird. All drummers are weird. Everybody knows that. You can talk to any musician. There's something weird about drummers, and I figured out what it is. The frequencies of the cymbals. Scramble their DNA and makes their brain different.
Oh, okay.
So they play and these cymbals are vibrating all these frequencies and it scrambles the DNA in their brain and they get drummer brain.
Wow, drummer brain.
Drummer brain. So anyway, in my horror movie, Drum Beating, the drummers are affected by this inexplicable thing. So they start beating people to death with their drumsticks. Now, anybody that's held a drumsticks, big heavy drumsticks, you could really beat somebody to death with those. You know how hard they are. They're brutal.
Things can hurt.
Hickory. They're like little baseball bats. So the film, basically what the film's about is that you can't trust drummers. So everybody starts not trusting drummers because they realize drummers are flipping out
Yeah.
and they're beating people to death with their sticks.
I see.
And so,
That's great.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a slasher, musician slasher film.
Yeah.
That's great.
And so nobody trusts drummers. Everybody looks at anybody with drumsticks. They look at them, and everybody was afraid of drummers, as they should be. They're psychopaths. Anyway, hi drummers. We're making a movie about you, and you know it. Okay, anybody that knows it, tell me about drummers. Do you know a drummer that's regular? Yeah. Does anybody know a regular drummer? There's no such thing. The cymbals scramble your eggs.
That's funny as hell.
The cymbals of frequencies. Maybe it's a Muslim. Okay, here we get religious. Maybe the Zildjian.
Oh, Zildjian, yeah.
Zildjian, a Muslim company?
Good question. It seems to have that appearance in the graphics of the logo, but I'm not entirely
But
sure.
they might be
Yeah,
Christian Persians or
Yeah,
something.
maybe
Anyway,
that
Zildjian.
yeah.
So maybe Zildjian's the reason for all the drummers losing their mind. Maybe it's a thing. Or maybe throughout history, drummers have lost their minds.
Okay.
And that would be another premise. So we could tell all kinds of lies about drummers.
That's right.
It's going to be a whole movie of lies about drummers. But behind every lie, there's a little sliver of truth. So beware of people with drumsticks because they might beat you to death.
Wow. Oh, it's the Armenian Zildjian family.
Oh, it's an Armenian family.
Yeah. So I don't believe it's necessarily Muslim, but yeah, Armenian,
Armenians are Christians, right?
Ottoman Empire. I believe
Oh,
so.
maybe not. Maybe they're Muslim.
Maybe it's probably got to be a combination of both.
We could ask that Patrick Bet David guy, the guy that goes, duh, all the time. Duh. Anyway.
Oh, he was an Armenian metalsmith and alchemist, apparently. The guy. Who made
Oh,
it. So
really?
you could incorporate some of that alchemy into the symbols that makes them.
We all know drummers are weird. It's got to be the cymbals. I figured out it's got to be the cymbals. Because conga players aren't weird.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, percussionists aren't weird because they don't have the cymbals.
Wow, interesting.
I'm sure it's the cymbals that are causing the drummers all around the world to be weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fascinating.
Symbolitis. The drummers got symbolitis. Symbolitis, a new unidentified disease. Dr. Fauci could come and give us a vaccine for symbolitis. Yeah.
Fascinating, man.
Drummers, they hear the cymbals, they kill their mother. How's that sound? That drummers all kill their mothers. I'm working my way through the script here. As you can see, I'm planning my horror movie out. But anyway, the movie is called Drum Beating, and it's about drummers, and they beat people.
Great.
I know it sounds sort of one-dimensional, but
No, the simplicity is good. It
yeah,
makes it
add a little
effective.
blood and everything gets
yeah.
cool, right?
There's some creative ways you could come up with some slasher-type kills with drumsticks, for sure.
Yeah. Plus, we all know drummers are weird. No, have you ever known a drummer that wasn't weird?
That's a great question. You know, come to think of it, most of all the drummers, yeah, there is something weird about them, isn't there?
Yeah. Oh, there we go, everybody. We should have some drummers on the show. They can talk about why they're weird. Joel.
Yeah, we told Joel about
Joel
your-
was here.
Yeah.
Joel, come back, Joel. We want to ask you a question. Anyway,
That's
so
funny as hell.
I could talk for hours, but I'm not going to. How long have we been doing this?
This is a 15-minute episode currently.
15 minutes. Well, everybody, we're going to go now. We'll be back when we have something to talk about.
Yeah, sounds great.
We'll show you little pieces of the virtual movie and stuff.
Yeah, little
We
sneak
think
peeks.
you'll like that.
Be great.
Did we put the virtual trailer up
I don't believe so, no.
on the podcast?
I don't think so.
We should do that.
Sure, yeah.
We're going to put the trailer for the virtual movie on the podcast. And that'll give you something to watch. And you can see what our characters look like and get a rough idea of what our virtual world looks like. Anyway, I guess we're out of here. Watch out for the drummers.
Great.
What'd you do, Dylan? Was
Oh.
it hot last night? Wasn't as hot, right?
No, it's getting better in LA now. Not as crazy.
Do you have smoke
hot.
over there in Hollywood from the fires?
No, I haven't seen too much smoke.
You've been-
luckily, I heard about
yeah.
those fires though. But
Fuck, they're huge.
yeah, last night I noticed with the windows open, we're getting that nighttime breeze back in instead of
Yeah,
just
I
like
felt it too.
stagnant air.
I felt it too. I go, oh yeah, the
Freaking horrible.
motion.
Yep.
Yeah, we got onshore today. It feels good. Okay. I guess we're out of here.
Cool.
I'm having fun though. This is what's wrong with the podcast. It's just a big jerk off. But it's fun. Anyway, everybody, I hope you all hang in there with us and watch back episodes, and we're going to put the trailer for the virtual world. Yeah, we're going to do some stuff. So
Sounds
we'll
great.
talk to you all later. See you. 3, 2, 1. Goodbye, Dylan.
Yep. See you, Lee.
Poof.